Episode 23 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what's on the menu for today. How will the Wii U be remembered? Nintendo remasters. What games could we see getting the HD treatment? And do you ever lose faith in a developer when they don't deliver? Let's get it started. What is up, guys? Patrick here from NintenTalk doing the Planet Nintendo podcast, episode 23, with the best co-host on the planet, Joe After Work. What is up, man?
Yo. Oh, man. Moving. I'm in, moving central right now. I've got everything packed up. All I have is my Switch, my computer, and my monitor right now. This is really weird. And my green screen.
Are you going far, or?
Just downstairs, but it's like I'm moving a bunch of crap into storage, so almost everything is there until we find a place that's going to be ours. We're moving to our mom's apartment, so
I see.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for today. That's everyone that's here. So let's get making his podcast debut, the man, the myth, the legend, James.
Hi.
Hi. So, James, I gotta say,
that was so lackluster, man. Patrick.
What? Wait, what?
I had the fucking drum roll and everything.
Oh yeah, because we all found out that we're gonna, if this doesn't work out, we're gonna start a band.
Yes.
Because you guys both play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
You got the drummer right here. I mean, Joe looks like he can bust out some vocals, so I think we're good.
Yeah, three-piece band.
there may or may not be a YouTube channel called Rewind and Reload from 2010s.
Oh, okay. Pausing this right now.
My old band's still on Bandcamp.
Yeah, I think mine is too. Jesus Christ. So before we start, I just wanted to, James, what's your channel, man? What do you do over there?
I review terrible Wii U games. They're not all terrible, but I plan on reviewing every single Wii U physical release in North America.
Nice.
It's quite a task. I don't even have them all yet, but I'm getting there.
It's really cool, guys. If you want to check it out, it will be in the description. I'll put it in there. So yeah, guys, what are you playing? I picked up a bunch of stuff. I want to know what you guys are playing. I'll start with.
God.
I know what James is playing, but I'll start with you, man. What are you playing, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Oh God, I'm playing Pac-Man, all of the games.
Literally all of them.
Yeah, recently I just got Pac Attack, which is a Tetris clone, and
nice.
Pac-Man 2, an interactive cartoon for the Super Nintendo Genesis.
Oh my God.
And Pac in Time, which is a different game that has a Pac-Man skin on it, and that's also horrible. And the Pac-Man World Trilogy, Pac-Man game for the N60, all it's just Pac-Man.
Oh my God.
Did you pick up the new one for the Switch that came out?
No, not yet.
No. That looks
because that's just it's just like Pac-Man, like the original Pac-Man.
It's I don't want that basic Pac-Man crap. No.
There's a million of those.
Pac-Man's solid though. It's hey, we have a formula. We're gonna stick to it for 20 years. That's good.
Yeah. No, I love Pac-Man. That's why it's happening.
Pac-Man's awesome. And Joe with the Pac-Man shirt. What are you playing, man?
Not Pac-Man. Surprisingly enough, I woke up with this. No, I wrapped up Bayonetta 1 and 2, beat Zeo Drifter. I'm just knocking out games, man. I'm wow. I'm ready. I'm about to jump into The Longest 5 Minutes, which I've been dying to play. It's an awesome RPG that's got NES graphics, just HD res, and takes place both in present and past. The story's told in flashbacks. It's just really interesting. It's by NIS. They made that game, so I bought the collector's edition and everything from their website. We were talking about collector's editions a week ago. It's just a fun game. It's a fun game. It's 10-11 hours apparently, so I'm gonna try to knock that out over the next week or so. Gosh, what else? I tried Hollow. Wasn't a big fan of it.
That's like a horror, survival horror.
It's a horror first person, and the trailers were great from what I had seen last year, and just didn't really pan out for me. Controls are pretty clunky. The enemies run really slow. Like they take forever to get to you. They look like they're sliding on a banana peel repeatedly to get to you. Like until they get to you. I was a little upset. I'm gonna try to jump back in because maybe I was too harsh on it. But you'll those of you who watch my channel will see it on Nintendo Spotlight probably in the next couple days.
He's gonna rip it apart.
Oh, and that Rhyme update. Yeah.
Oh no, R.I.P. Yeah, the people that are wondering, Rhyme did not really change. I mean, visually it looks like it got a little better.
Yeah, it looks like the tech. I don't know, and it could have been me, but the textures look a little bit like smoother. Like things look like they're there that weren't there initially.
Yeah.
But that could just be me. Like I ripped that game a new butthole the first time. That's why I didn't do a spotlight. I was like, no, I don't like being the negative Nancy on my channel. Like I focus on games that I want to enjoy, and I'm just upset that game didn't pan out.
Now, is that across the board? Is that like just a Rhyme thing, or is that a Switch thing?
Apparently, it's across the board, but I don't know about like the updates and like I've heard that there were glitches and that there were loading issues with some of the other versions because of the way the game was made. Like it loads in these weird pieces. I almost want to say it's similar to Fea, although Fea just runs. I ran into very, very like maybe one or two issues where it would hiccup for about a second. It would do like a stall and then immediately load the area that you were going into. This game, it's like it loads and then your character just kind of starts going like this for a while. And then when you're in open areas doing a puzzle and you've got an entire environment in your view, the game just like, no, we're not doing this. We are not doing this today. Sorry, buddy. I was like, I was heartbroken.
Messed up.
I've started this. What was that? I don't know what that was, but I started this nasty habit where I start like 4 or 5 games, and like I don't finish them. Like I'm just like playing a couple hours of each. So I started like Revelations 2, which is it's a big step up from the first one.
It's a good game.
Faye, Bayonetta 2, like I'm playing all these games and I'm just like not finishing them. So I just gotta like bang out the small games.
Hunker down, do it.
Yeah.
I have that problem for sure.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. I picked up I haven't played it yet, but I picked up Sin Mora EX, I think
I
it
haven't
is.
played it yet either. I bought that too.
I wasn't hot on that game initially when I got it on PS4, but playing it a second time around, yeah, it's a good game.
Nice. Yeah, because I'm thinking of doing like this shmup Nintendo Switch video. So like I got sent like the Xenoraid code. I like that game. That game's pretty cool, Xenoraid. And I want to pick up some other ones. So your boy's in a shmup mood right now.
Nice, nice.
Shmup.
You got to pick up RXN then.
What is it?
RXN. It's another shmup. It's all like Japanese dialogue, so good luck. But
perfect.
It's got English subtitles.
Okay.
But don't even bother trying to like read the story because it's happening as like all these enemies are coming up on screen.
Yeah, I heard that's the way like Sin Mora is too.
Is it? It probably has English dialogue on it though, so you can probably understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured since our special guest this week is Jams, I figured I would do a topic that I've been wanting to do, but it's just never made sense. Like anyone that knows me, like knows that I love the Wii U. Like I rep it so hard. I wanted to ask you guys, because the Wii U's become quite a meme compared to like the Switch. I want to know, like honestly, how will the Wii U be remembered, like now and like in the future? I will start with Joe this time.
Oh man, so I mean, for me, I forget what podcast I was listening to that was just talking about Wii U like a week ago. it seems like the Wii U is just going to be remembered as that console that everyone crapped on. Some people were very critical and hoping that the next move Nintendo made was, a big one, and otherwise Nintendo would flub, and they wanted them to go third party. Be like the Sega. And just like everyone dug its grave really early on, people didn't understand it. Although, personally for me, it was like, I mean, I get it. It's like the Switch just, without being able to take it on the go. And it was funny because like I always thought about like the gamepad is like, man, if I could just take this with me, I'd totally be okay with that. And then they finally did it with my baby here.
Would you really want to be seen with the Fisher Price toy though?
Bro, I carry that clamshell 3DS with me all the time. True. I carried the big brick Game Boy. I had the Game Boy Pocket. I had the Game Boy Pocket in yellow, all right? I had that nasty puke green big Game Boy. I'm good. I don't care what people think.
The original Game Boy Advance kind of looked Fisher Price too.
Yes, I had the Glacier clear one
I had
too.
The purple one.
Oh my god, dude! Like, the consoles, the design is what it is. I don't care. As long as I'm enjoying the game. Okay.
All right, okay. Mr. Wii U over here. How will the Wii U be remembered?
For me, it's going to be remembered fondly, but for most of the other people in the world, it's going to be that experience that Nintendo tried to give and they failed. But the games are really good, and that's what really matters. But they're all being brought to the Switch, so eventually the Wii U is not going to matter at all.
Yeah.
There might be like a few games that are stuck on there.
Star Fox Zero.
Definitely, just a shame. It's a shame. Because if that game just had like Star Fox 64 controls, everyone would love it. And it's a shame. Like that's probably gonna be stuck on there. And I mean, there's no good third party games really. I mean, there's like one or two, but
yeah.
What about Zombie?
See, I
don't want to play that.
I like Zombie U, but like it turns into like a melee game. Like you're just hitting someone like with this paddle. Like I don't know.
Wonderful 101 was good.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
You bring up a good point though, because like the Wii U is still being remembered. Like all these games are coming to the Switch, and like for the most part, everyone loves them. Like there's a bunch of people who didn't get a Wii U that are like, this is the best Mario Kart game. Like, which I think it might be. Like for me, Double Dash is up there too.
Oh, Double Dash is the best. No denying that.
But the games, dude, are just so good. And like,
you know what game is probably going to be stuck on the Wii U?
What's up?
Game and Wario. That's a really good game. Like that's a really good Wario game. It's probably just going to be stuck on there because it used the gamepad.
Yeah, I feel like the games that went out and actually used the gamepad were pretty successful. Like, I'm a big fan of Nintendo Land.
I love Nintendo Land.
Like, I really like that game. I mean, all the crap that Star Fox Zero gets, I get it. But like, when you actually learn the controls, it's pretty damn cool, man.
When you actually learn the controls, can we talk about this for a minute? Bro, I got up to Andros, all right? I did not get those controls down. I could do a whole episode about Star Fox Zero, and I love Star Fox.
I'm doing a whole episode on Star Fox Zero.
Yes, we are. But I don't know, man. I just really like the console. The one thing I will say that trumps every other console is, and it's something simple, when you're playing, and they did it with third-party games, they did it with some Nintendo games, but just being able to see the map on your gamepad and seeing like your inventory on the gamepad, for me, that's like, that was crazy.
That was huge.
Like I have Mass Effect, I think it is, does it really, really well. That has like the map on the bottom. And for me, that's like, it keeps immersion too, because like you don't have to pause it. You're like still in the action while looking at the map. So in that aspect, like that was, I think, one of the strengths of the Wii U. Like really.
Yeah. Too bad cool. Half of the third parties didn't even use it. They just put the whatever's on the TV on the gamepad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's why I don't even bring it up in some of the videos, because it's literally just.
Fatal Frame did a really awesome where you use the camera obscura as the used the gamepad as the camera obscura to take photos of
cool.
of the ghosts and whatnot.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I was freaking out like the entire time. Like,
I'm so glad it didn't get a physical release here. Oh my god.
Oh man. But yeah, sometimes I wish that the Switch could do something like that. I mean, I know it's literally impossible, but
Yeah,
I like seeing the map right there. Bring that back. But for those of you who want to collect a Wii U and you see a Wii U in the wild, I guess you would say, yeah, seriously, do it now because like all of these games like Hello Kitty,
oh, seriously.
there are already some games that are worth like $100.
Yeah, just look at the past. Look at the Sega Saturn, the huge flop. It is impossible to find any of those games. Seriously.
Yeah.
They're all worth so much. I'm trying to collect for it and I can't because they're all so expensive. Like Sonic R, the worst game ever, $70.
Jeez,
that's gonna happen to most of these games, and I'm almost done with the collection, and that's great.
It's crazy.
They're not gonna be $10.
How many games were there made?
163. I'm at 110.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Wait, it's for Wii U?
Yeah.
Or only really?
Well,
okay.
physical, right?
Yeah, physical.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have thought more for some reason, but wow.
Yeah. That's pretty obtainable.
Yeah.
Pretty obtainable goal.
Yeah.
Almost there. Holy crap.
R.I.P. Wii U.
There's also, like the Virtual Boy, also hard to find any of those games. Like
Yeah,
Jack Brothers is like at $800 or something. It's crazy.
Like I think you give this console another even like 5 years, it's gonna be
as soon as it's out of GameStop,
oh yeah,
where are you gonna find it? Like
yeah.
Nowhere.
Like that's why whenever I go to GameStop, I'm still picking up like Wii games. Like I picked up 2 yesterday. I picked up what is it called? Okami. I totally missed that game for some reason.
Oh,
you and me both, man.
Wario Land Shake It. I think I just picked up.
I love that game.
Still collecting Wii games in 2018. It's fine.
Speaking of Wii, though, that Virtual Console library is going to be going away, and that's the superior one compared to when you compare it to Wii U and Wii. So those of you looking for Virtual Console games that aren't out yet,
and those WiiWare games,
yeah, dude, those are going to go bye bye. So I'd say pick it up now before it goes.
Yeah, and I think the deadline to add Wii points.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That like ends sooner than the game, so like you're gonna have to like look that up. I think it's March. I think it might be March.
Yeah, it's pretty damn soon.
That's really sad.
Get on that,
especially because Just Dance is still supporting the Wii. So.
Oh man. All right, James, let's go to your topic for this week. What's your topic, man?
Okay. So, Shadow of the Colossus just got a full remake, complete remake, and everyone's loving it. I didn't get it, but I would. So what any Nintendo game would you like to see completely remade from the ground up, completely, not like a remaster like that BS?
Joe, why don't you take this one?
Oh man, completely from the ground up. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here. Link's Awakening, a full remake of that.
Oh yeah.
And oh my god, if we could, Pokemon Red and Blue, just like slap that on Switch, full remake with like I
feel that.
Make it a little bit more open world and whatnot. Those would be the first 2 that come to my mind. You guys already know my affinity for Link's Awakening. It is my favorite Legend of Zelda game for so many reasons. That and Ocarina of Time, but that's the first one that I would go with.
Nice. I immediately went to GameCube on this. GameCube's my homie. Like that's like my favorite.
That's the shit.
I think a Luigi's Mansion HD remake be the bee's knees. That game already looks really great.
Oh god.
It's timeless, man. That game aged well.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't really think it needs one, but I'd rather take like a sequel to it over that. But it'd be nice to get the 3D Mario games some love, like 64, Sunshine. I miss Sunshine, and everyone talks like so highly of it. So I think it looks like not that great, but HD remaster would be pretty cool for that. And then maybe like a weird one like Four Swords Adventures or something, but like not Make Us Buy for Game Boys.
Yeah.
What about you, James?
All right. I originally wanted like original Legend of Zelda, but Breath of the Wild's kind of like that. So I'm going old school with this. I want to see Ice Climber.
Ice Climber.
A completely new Ice Climber.
Oh my God.
I need it.
Is it gonna be like a gritty reboot, like Last of Us?
Yeah. Nana and Popo. Giant hammers with spikes out of them.
Oh, jacked up.
Dude.
It's a polar bear with
their snow
pink
boots.
Underwear.
Oh, yeah. Seriously, though.
That'd be cool.
And you climb mountains.
Ice climbers.
Ice climber. That's what
Ooh, okay.
Singular.
You have to
Although there are
find.
two.
You have to find. You play as Nana, so a girl. So you get some rep, and then you have to find Popo because he got stolen by the.
He's got a whole
the
story.
pterodactyl.
So good.
Popo's
so
like
good.
Popo and Nana are climbing a mountain, and then the pterodactyl or whatever that flies above. You guys play Ice Climber.
Yeah.
He's
not even talking to us right now. This is a pitch to Nintendo.
Yo,
he takes Popo, and Nana's like, "Well, shit, I gotta go find. I think they're brother and sister." Or there's an option to just skip the whole game, and then you just get the credits, and you don't find Popo.
There you go.
Wow,
I like that. Cutthroat.
That's like some Bubble Bobble status right there.
But it's an RPG.
It's an RPG. Oh my God.
The twists. I'm loving it. Do you have any other games in mind?
Well, I mean, like Pokemon Red and Blue, definitely.
Yeah.
Like he said before, like see that game full remake, like 3D world, that would be insane. I don't know if they do it.
No.
But that would be insane.
It's a pipe dream. In a pipe dream of mine to just like merge all the regions into one and just go at it.
I wanted to ask you guys though, like what do you think of, like, I guess it would be called a trend. I mean, we've seen remasters before and stuff like that, but like does it, because they're doing a lot. This isn't just like an HD like thing. Like Shadow of the Colossus like looks fantastic and they've like reconstructed a lot of stuff with it. What do you think of remasters? Does it kind of get you like annoyed that instead of using that time to make newer games, they're remastering games? Or like, I'll start with Joe. Like, is there any kind of negative like mindset towards it? Do you like this trend or?
It's less negative than it is, I mean, I could be like, they're not making these games, but then you wouldn't have porting companies like Panic Button who've been bringing over Doom and Rocket League, and I think they did Skyrim, someone correct me on that. And they're working on more titles and whatnot. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's not the main company anymore bringing over these games. It does happen, but usually it's like a porting company that does them. I'm totally okay with them. It can get a little bit overwhelming when you don't see something new happening. Like this year so far, the only real new game that's been announced for like Nintendo wise has been Kirby Star Allies. Everything else has been ports this year so far. So wondering if, like, I know we were talking about it, and I feel like I was I was the one that jokingly said we're probably going to get all Wii U ports next year. and it's happening. Like the first half of 2018, Bayonetta 2, Hyrule Warriors, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which I'm all okay with, but I hope that we start to see like new titles in that mix, so that way we're not getting just all Wii U ports. And granted, a lot of people didn't play those that are now Switch owners, so it's great for them. It's great to bring in new audiences to something that might have not done well, which would have been a really good game. I keep mentioning Wonderful 101. I really enjoyed that game, and although we got Bayonetta, I really hope that gets brought over. So I'm a big proponent of them as long as there's an even mix. between you know, new releases and ports.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I mean, it was bound to happen that Nintendo would kind of slow down and you know, release less and less games. But yeah, like the only real games I'm like looking forward to besides indies, because there are like a bunch that I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kirby, Mario Tennis. Like I like the Mario sports
Mario
games.
Tennis.
I love Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
You know, we forgot about that in last week's episode. We were trying to figure out what that April one was. Is it Mario Tennis?
Oh, wait
yeah. Well, they didn't say they didn't say officially what it was, but everything that they talked about was pre-May, so that makes sense. That'd probably be
the April game, right?
Yeah. But I think a bunch of at least third-party games are going to come in the fall and the winter. Like we're probably going to see the sports games come back and stuff like that. But James, what do you think about remasters and stuff? Remakes?
I mean, I don't mind them. I really, it's like I collect video games, and it's hard to, you know, keep every console connected to the TV. So in that sense, it's really nice that you can just, you know, put a disc in your PS4 or your Switch, not a disc, a cartridge in your Switch, and, you know, play those games, and it looks nice because I don't know about you guys, but putting AV cables in a HD TV looks horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
like the Super Nintendo Classic is amazing. I know it's not really a remaster, but you know, to have these games re-released, and sometimes it makes the price of the games that originally came out of them, you know, it makes them go down a little bit.
Down,
so that makes it good. You know, like maybe this Switch port of Hello Kitty Cruisers will make Hello Kitty Cruisers on the Wii U go down in price.
Oh my god!
How much is that?
You have
game?
to do a follow up. Like, what has changed?
Nothing. I imagine
nothing. And I think that the games that they're choosing though are pretty interesting. Like Okami and Shadow of the Colossus. The Blob. Like, where did that come from? Like, that's
Street
so
Fighter
random.
Collection. Every single Street Fighter game.
Yeah.
That I'm excited about.
The Mega Man collection.
Because like those games are extremely hard to find, like so expensive.
Yeah.
Hold on, Joe's got something to say.
I'm sorry. That game's $80.
It is, dude.
Yep.
It's crazy expensive.
The depth.
I got it.
Game,
I got it when it was super cheap, and I had like buy two get one free at GameStop, and I was like, this game looks stupid.
This game looks terrible. I'm gonna buy it.
How is that game as much as Path of Radiance on the GameCube?
Dude, right? It's more expensive than Mega Man 2. Let that sink in.
I'm done.
It's the Earthbound of Wii U.
I'm done. No. Look out of that.
Yeah. Well, that one game for the Wii U, what was it? That really bad action game.
Devil's Third.
Yeah, that was like $120 at one point.
Yeah,
I think it's dipped. Yeah, it's dipped way down. But
I didn't even realize there was a physical for that.
Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympic Games. That's super rare too.
Wow. See, a lot of these games I've seen, and I was just like, oh, this game sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that I had to pay the big bucks for.
I'm a fan of remasters, but it's on the Nintendo side. I feel like Nintendo's just saying like, but you can play these games portably now, guys. Like that's their way of like justifying everything.
Yeah, they don't really call them remasters either. I mean, because they're really not. They're just ports.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that Spyro rumor, your boy's thinking of getting a PS4 now.
Oh boy. I called that on Twitter like 3 months ago. Just saying.
That'd be really cool. Like seeing Crash come over, that was really cool.
I never put one for Spyro. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Crash. Crash. I was all about. Spyro. I don't know.
Should make a Pac-Man World trilogy.
Please don't.
Crash Team Racing though, that's a classic. Bring that over.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Joe. We got a topic from you.
Yeah, so this kind of falls in with my sly little comment earlier today. Oh gosh, have I taken Guru's role of cynic here?
Someone's got
it. So my topic is: do you guys lose faith in a developer when a game you've looked forward to doesn't work the way it should? And are you less willing to buy a game of theirs day one? So just to give an example, the Rhyme update we were talking about earlier, I bought that game day one. I knew going in that there were going to be some like hiccups. What I didn't expect was for the game to just really run past the first puzzle. Like when I played that day one handheld, I was like, am I having such loading issues at this part? Like it's just like it never stopped wanting to load the area, or like I just couldn't get to the point of like me wanting to do some of those puzzles that we got to do in that stream about a week ago now. I put it in dock mode, same thing. Troll and I was a troll. That was another one I wanted to do a Nintendo Spotlight on because I was actually legitimately interested in it and heard no other issues on other platforms or anything. So I was like, all right, so it's probably going to run good on Switch. I played it, and that was another one. I started off handheld, and you just see the jittering frames of the character looking like he's seizing out. The cutscene, you can hear the audio and everything, but like everything, the screen is shaking and whatnot, and then the frame rate just drops dramatically as you're like getting through the beginning of the game. Like,
yeah,
let me try dock mode. Same situation all over again. Eventually, the updates that came out for that game were like a few months too late. Like, I'm over it. I'll eat the $30 on that one. But
seriously,
watch, that game will be like $150 in the future.
yeah. It probably. But that kind of brings my question to you guys. Like, do things like that lose your faith in like, okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for this game because now you know that I've experienced these issues? Do you just not buy another game from them flat out? Do you hold off? I want to know your thoughts.
Yeah. So there are a bunch of games that I immediately buy right away because I mean Nintendo games rarely have mechanical issues and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we live in a time now where games are being reviewed so early on that we kind of know what to expect, like from the beginning. But there are the rare cases like Rhyme and stuff where you don't know how it's going to run, and there aren't really a lot of people who cover it. So unfortunately, what was it? Tequila Works?
Yeah.
Like their next big game I might wait on, and it's unfortunate, but like if you're going to put a game out there that doesn't run and it's not like 100%, then it shouldn't go out. Like Platonic, if they would have released Ukulele like right away and it was like unplayable, I think it would have really hurt them. I mean, it hurt them that they put it out late, but it runs probably the best on Switch. So I think that there's two sides. I think you don't want to lose out on sales, but you also don't want to ruin your reputation. So I would rather release a perfect game late than have a terrible game release right away. So yeah. I think it does hurt the reputation a little bit. So the next game from Tequila Works, I'll probably wait on. I'm still probably going to pick up Rhyme just because the art style is so like Wind Waker that I just need it. But
the stuff in the box, great. Like it's a pretty presentation and they actually added things to there. I like that.
Yeah.
Switch the game, run a little bit better.
Yeah. What about you, James?
I like bad games.
The worst person to answer this question.
So I mean bugs doesn't necessarily mean that the game is bad.
No.
But it doesn't make me less willing to buy like a new game day one. But I also rarely buy games day one unless they're like Nintendo or Sony games. Mm-hmm. So it's really like not really.
Yeah,
I'll still buy their game.
I mean,
like I would, yeah, like the 2K that came out on the Switch, it looks terrible compared to like NBA 2K.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
compared to the other consoles, but you know I still bought that. And then like the wrestling WWE apparently is horrible. You can't even play that.
even with the patch, it's still it's just
So
not working.
But you know, I never really buy 2K games anyway. The last one I bought before this was BioShock Infinite, so
Yeah.
I mean, like one of my favorite consoles is the N64, and to say that all those games ran perfectly is dumb to say.
Nah, man.
Like some of the best games ever, like Mario 64, like
Beetle
that game's
Adventure
known-
Racing.
Yeah, sure. That game like is known to have bugs. So like, I remember when like I always use a ukulele as an example. When that game first came out, people were like, "Oh, these camera controls are terrible," and like there's spots where you can't see what you're doing. And I was like, "That's my childhood."
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. I mean, it's one thing if a game is literally playable, but to have little camera glitches and stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's the age that we grew up in, but we adapted to them.
Yeah,
like in a way
like
that,
you could beat Ocarina of Time in like 10 minutes because of glitches. Like that's crazy.
All right. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. I put out a thing on Twitter and put out a thing on Discord asking viewers to submit questions to us. And I got quite a few. So let me pick some of these. Let's see. All right. So Fabian, one of the patrons of this channel, he asked, "What is our favorite indie and Nintendo game so far on Switch?" So I feel like let's go the indie route. James, do you play a lot of indies?
Not really, but I do have indies on the Switch.
Okay, cool. So let's start with you then. What's your favorite indie on the Switch?
The one of only 3 indies on the Switch that I own. Stardew Valley. I love Stardew Valley. I played it. I played it on the train a lot because like sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play Xenoblade this time. No, I play Stardew Valley. So that game just takes my attention away from everything. Like I grew up playing like Harvest Moon, so it really like harkens back to that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely the best.
I gotta ask, the new Harvest Moon game that's coming out for the Switch, is it gonna be good? Is it any good, or because I saw a big collector's edition for it?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that deluxe edition. They didn't announce. Yeah.
Because the new ones that come out are really that great because I don't know. It's just nothing grabs me like the ones on the GameCube. Honestly.
Yeah, those are great.
You know, the GameCube is the best console ever.
Mr. Indie, Joe, I'm really excited. Your favorite indie on Switch?
Oh man, it's still, after everything I've played, it is still Mighty Gunvolt Burst and the Astro Striker Gunvolt series.
I gotta get that.
So good, man. Like that is a solid Mega Man / Mega Man Zero platformer that they do it the best. I mean, they worked on those games on the Game Boy Advance and the DS, so it just makes sense that those games work. And then if we're talking about this year, so far it's been The Longest 5 Minutes. If you guys are into old school RPGs, that is right up your alley, and like really intense dialogue. Like you start reading some of the stuff and it's like you're getting into it. It's like a full-on anime that you're basically reading. It was really awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with my girl Celeste. That game
how can I forget that?
So good.
I gotta get that too.
Dude, it's just like
that story.
I feel like the price point is holding a lot of people back from getting it, and also the art style, because it's kind of a little overdone at this point. But I just love the level of progression, and the game literally teaches you how to play the game. You see a puzzle that literally looks impossible, and you conquer it within 5 hours. But it's so good. Celeste gets my vote.
But I mean, not only that, like that goes into the deeper meaning of the story of the game, is like overcoming these fears and this self-doubt of like, even the game tells you like if you die, it's okay to die. When you die, you're learning. Like it's kind of teaching you to not be afraid of these things and to just keep learning and going and pursuing it. You don't have to get all the collectibles. Although if you do, you unlock these insanely difficult stages, and then behind that is another layer of even more insanely difficult stages. So it's like there's like 20 hours of like levels if you unlock everything. Just do the story.
I just wish that there was more physical releases of indie games because I'd be all over them.
Yeah. Well, they're coming. I just saw a bunch that were announced, so keep a lookout.
Nicholas is doing a good job with that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like limited run games are like too hard to obtain. So
yeah.
You know, sucks.
And then if you're looking for like value, I would say that I mean, I know this game's kind of old, but Mutant Mudds Collection, really like good value.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, yeah, I'm waiting for that because I know that's a physical that's coming out. So.
Yeah. So that's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to another question. Okay, so Zombie Dude, and this is a Discord question. He asks, should Nintendo add some type of voice/text chat built into the console, like Discord or the Xbox Live Party? He says, I know there's a mobile app, but support for the app in game is kind of lacking. So this is a pretty interesting question. I think that it's needed, especially with the upcoming Payday game that's coming out, because that game is literally all about communication. Like playing that game without voice chat just doesn't make sense.
No.
So expect some Discord chats if you're getting that game.
Yep.
So Joe, I'll go with you, man.
Yo. Yeah, we need voice chat. That just needs to be a thing. I mean, yes, Discord is probably the best way to go, I feel like, nowadays, especially with people having their phones always by them and whatnot. That Nintendo app is just a whole mess of everything. Like, I had it. I don't even know if I still have it on my phone, but it was just like, I didn't use it for Splatoon. I was just like, okay, well, I'm playing with you guys, and that's it. And, you know, we've done Discord a few times in streams, but it would just make sense to be able to activate a party chat within your Switch. Have either, you know, a headphone jack on the Joy-Cons or the Pro Controller. Like, the Pro Controller makes so much sense to just pop a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right there. That's all they needed to do. Problem solved. None of this me moving my headphone jack to the Switch to listen to the game, the splitter, go to my phone. No. Stop it. Stop. Nintendo. Stop it.
Come on, Nintendo. James, what about you, man? What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you take a drill and drill it into the Pro Controller, you can actually make an auxiliary.
You lose your warranty though.
Yeah, they tried to do the thing with the phone, and obviously no one liked it because, you know, it makes sense. You know, everyone has their phone, but it's doesn't work. So they should definitely be something in the Switch, you know, that we can chat with people when we're playing the Switch, so we don't have to like sit by our computers and voice chat on Discord.
Yeah.
Like, that's just ridiculous.
I mean, at least do something like, I think it was like the 360 had, where you could just send text messages to people like through your console. Like, I think they can handle that. Like, hey, let's play at 9. Like, I don't know, something like that. I mean, Discord again could do that, but it would be nice to have something.
I mean, hopefully with this whole online thing that they completely like revamp the whole OS, because it's like bare bones right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the eShop.
Yes.
Please organize that eShop. Give us folders.
Yeah.
And give us folders.
Themes.
Themes, folders.
Give me a Hello Kitty theme.
It's gonna cost you $100, but
that's fine.
And then the final question, Aaron, Nasty Boots. He asked,
Nasty, yes.
Where do you see Nintendo in 5 years? He actually wrote, when do you see Nintendo in 5 years? But that's 2023, man. But this is an interesting one. Where do you see Nintendo in 5 years? Now, before I ask you guys, Nintendo has said already they want to support the Switch 10 years, was it? I think it was 10 years.
Yeah, 7 to 10 years or something like that.
So I will start with Jams this time. 5 years into the future.
I got a good one, don't worry.
Uh-oh. 5 years into the future, what's Nintendo looking like right now?
Okay. Picture this.
Okay.
Wii U 2
Oh my god.
launches with Hello Kitty cruisers. No, okay. Seriously, it's gonna be the 6th year of life for the Switch, so they're probably gonna have a lot of games. So they're gonna definitely still be banking. I mean, I don't see them ever. I mean, not ever, but I don't see them coming down off the slope too much. Unless like Sony comes out with a competitor to the Switch, like a full-on go anywhere with your Sony console.
Yep.
That might hamper them a little bit, but no matter what, I see a whole bunch of amazing games coming out. You know, maybe we get like Mario Kart 9,
That'd be nice.
a new Mario Kart. I already said that.
Do you
Okay.
think that the Switch will be the Switch in 5 years? Do you think it'll get an upgrade? Do you think
It'll probably definitely get an upgrade. Like, you know, Switch 2.0, but like not really 2. Like just like a half step like these guys are doing. But by then, who knows? Like like the PS5 and Xbox 4 come out.
Xbox 720.
Yeah. So I see them. I definitely see them still succeeding, and they still get my vote.
Okay. Joe, 5 years into the future, we're gonna look back 5 years from now, see if you're right. So what do you got for us?
So I'm thinking at this point they would have to be working on their 3rd iteration of Switch of some sort. I feel like every 2 years they might be doing this thing where they upgrade their Switch with like a better make it a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. Not to like make any puns there. It was just too good to pass up. I think the library at the rate it's going at, I feel like Nintendo would probably stick to the program of like, you know, trying to keep a Nintendo game coming out once a month. I hope they continue to keep that momentum going in, because it seems to be working well for Switch for sure. And hopefully by then we have Virtual Console. I think I'll be ready for it then. I think I'll be ready for it then. I'm not ready for it now, but
I'm ready.
5 years down the road,
Joe's backlog will be completely done. 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh my
totally.
God.
So I want to go out there and say that physical games will only be made by like the first party games. Like
Stop.
Nintendo will still release physical games.
I don't like hearing this.
I hate it too. But everything else will primarily be digital.
Do it. Please. Save my wallet.
Jim's like, Jim, shut the hell up. But I don't know, dude. Like, as much flack as GameStop gets, the day that they finally go away it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be I remember like EB Games was here and that I think got bought out. But that was sad. Like I remember Blockbuster and over here it was Hollywood Video.
Hollywood Video.
Game
Holy
Crazy.
Christ.
Game Crazy, yeah.
Game Crazy.
When those went away, that was sad, man.
That was horrible.
And like as much as you have like the Best Buy and the GameStops now, like seeing that go away is gonna be really sad. So I think digital might be creeping up in 5 years. I could also see another handheld, maybe, possibly. I do like the hybrid thing, and I'm like a #1 fan for Switch Mini. I think that it could work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe by then the entire Wii U library will be ported over. So, but 5 years, man. That's
162.
It's crazy to think about.
A lot
so
can
5
happen
years
in 5
ago
years,
was
man.
2012.
Oh,
dude,
gross.
2013. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait.
So yeah, that's a while. So thank you guys for submitted questions, and I think that's all we have for today. That was episode 23. I want to thank Jams for coming aboard.
Yeah.
This was fun.
That was awesome, man. I'm sure it's not going to be the last time, but
better not be. Okay.
No.
I'll be
That
here
was a
next
threat.
week, guys.
That was a threat, folks. But yeah, we'll continue to bring on some different faces, and yeah.
You should bring on Aaron.
Oh my God,
Love that
that
guy.
dude's a
Yeah,
riot.
that dude was hysterical. I was playing Doom with the crew, Nasty Boots, Rybo. Oh my God, that was a blast, man.
Yeah.
Joey was in there. We convinced him to buy Doom, so now he's like, "You guys better be playing on Monday." I was like, "I'm gonna be streaming."
Oh, dude, I'll be playing on Monday. Let's do it.
I gotta get Joey
Oh
on
my
here
God.
because that dude is so like he's so critical, and he's not like he literally had a channel called Joe Critic, and he's just not afraid to like be honest and brutally honest.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, his mind has changed about Mario Odyssey, so it'd be kind of good to get his thoughts on it.
Yeah, definitely. So before we sign off, why don't you guys sign off? Joe, where can they find you, man?
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Vero, all at Joe After Work.
Okay, what is that? I've been hearing that. I feel
people are like jumping over from Instagram to Twitter. I don't care. I was just interested in checking it out, but it's like clean. It's almost like a professional social media. I know it's not gonna last that long, but like, dude, it's so easy to add links to like your YouTube videos and show it up on your feed. Like, I don't think there's a character limit. It's really interesting in terms of like what you can do with the platform, but it is a social media platform, and it seems like a lot of like, you know, influencers and media companies, filmmakers and all that stuff are all on that platform.
Yeah, because I've been hearing a lot about that. And Jimmy Jams.
We're gonna kill the
Jimmy Jams,
Hey.
where can they find you, man?
Twitter at Dr. Doom 9 O's.
Dr. Doom.
Okay.
think of it like Bender saying Doom, like Doom.
And YouTube, youtube.com/jamsgams. It's just games without the E and jams without the E. James without the yeah.
Jams Gams. Yeah, dude. Check out his channel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace out, Preston.